Hi, I'm Seb, and I wanted to talk about friendship. Now, friends, they're a whole package when you have friends because not only is there so much that you do with a friend, you share good moments, you share vulnerable moments, you connect, you keep secrets from, you share secrets with. Not only that, but the relationship with a friend can be so different and varying with each person you meet, and how close you are to them depends on all of that. And it's cool to think about the fact that we have that almost everybody has a varying number of interactions with each individual person. That it's not the same kind of person, the same kind of thing that's happening every time. Like having a friend where you can just say some real shit and actually have a cool conversation that makes you change your mindset on things and change your view is a freeing experience, one that I've had the pleasure of feeling and one that I've had enjoyed. Sadly, the person I had those conversations with, I don't talk to anymore, but I loved every minute of those conversations. And not only that, but there's so much more. There's friend groups where you can share some dark humor with. Make some you can make some jokes, say some out of pocket shit, and it's nice to be free and say what you want without offending people and without repercussions for saying that stuff. And you have friend groups where you help support each other and you help each other, and so many problems that you have yourself, they you know that they can help you through that, and that you are there to help someone through their own problems. And all of that feels so nice to have. And I love having friends, and I love when I get to connect to people like that because it's such an incredible feeling. I remember this one kid. I absolutely hated him. He hated me. I can barely remember why, but I do know that after a while he became one of my most loyal friends and one of the best wingmen, I would say. Not in that sense, but as in, they would always be there to support, you know, to support me in any conversation, any activity, anything like that. And it was a great feeling to have someone who I knew I hated before now be there for me and be there to be an absolute G and like just help me out through so much. And it's nice to connect with people and nice to make these deep friendships and make these funny and these serious and these caring moments. I'm glad to live in a world where you can have so many different relationships and so many different friendships and so many different interactions with almost anybody. I mean, this day and age, it's so much easier because there's so many online platforms to do that. And it's a bit scary being on those platforms, especially when you encounter the wrong types of people. But it's nice to engage with other people through so many means. And anybody who says that an online relationship, an online friendship, or anything like that isn't real, then they can shove it. They can go fuck themselves because honestly, it's as real as you want it to be. It doesn't have to be fake. I remember this one poem. It was I heard it was pretty popular. It was called "Look Up," and to see to hear that, I had a massive disagreement with it because they were saying that online friendships weren't real and that people who go online and make these friendships are truly lonely. And some of that sense is true. If you spend your entire life just on your phone, like talking to other people you have no idea about, and just spending every day talking to another stranger, you're not really making friends. You're just talking, and you just pretty much are lonely, and you have no real world interactions. But to have a friendship with someone who lives in a different country, lives in a different state, that's real friendship. That's still real friendship because you're still talking to them regularly and you still have that connection. You still are friends with them. And there's so much I love about online friendships and so much positive things. And yeah, it's just overall an incredible experience to have all these friendships, both real world and digital, and to be able to connect with so many different peoples in so many different communities. And I'm glad to have these opportunities to do those stuff. So that's just what I wanted to say on like friendships and having friends. So yeah, maybe, if you feel down, if you feel a bit lonely, try connecting with anybody through any way you can, and you might enjoy it. So, anyways, uh, love you.